Mark May, now on ESPN 620.
Mark May now on the right Toyota guest line. How we doing there, Mark? Happy Friday to you.
I'm hanging in there. How about that? Is Manuch here this week?
I'm here. I'm here, big fella.
Yes.
I was really hurt last week when they told me that you didn't want to talk to me.
Well, I had this event that I had to go to. I'd get scoot out of here just a segment early. Rock was kind enough to let me scoot out of here. I apologize. It'll never happen again. How's that?
But how's that? And that's not good enough. I'm a guy that really backs you and backs Kansas State, and this is how you do me.
I'm not bad. It'll never happen again. Sometimes, and the old saying is, keep those flames going at home. You got to do what you got to do at home.
All right, Mark, I want to read something from an Twitter page, a gentleman by the name of Lou Holtz. If Notre Dame doesn't win, it's because we want to preserve Ryan Day's job. Come on. Come on. You and Lou now teaming up against the Buckeyes?
Hey, how about this? You know what's epic? Lou just turned 88 last week. That's one thing. And the best thing about this for Lou is when we talk, it's like, you know what? After Notre Dame wins and the camera comes to you, please do this for me. This is all I ask. All you have to say is, hey, Ryan Day, I'm Lou Holtz, and I'm freaking right here. Bottom line.
The other shot.
Ryan Day coming out saying, where's Lou Holtz? Where's Lou Holtz? After they beat Notre Dame by 3 last year, and they got lucky in that game to win. He comes out screaming, where's Lou Holtz? It's like, you know what? Payback can be tough sometimes.
It just the rhetoric coming from Lou Holtz, you go, wow. I mean, this thing is deep. I mean, the shot he took across the bow that we're Notre Dame and you ain't.
That's
true.
Yeah. But the thing is, he is going to go now.
Beat Michigan before you start talking trash.
But Mark, I mean, the fact that he's going to go now, right? I mean, I know he's got a bad leg, but he's still going to show up. And Ohio native, former, he coached under Woody Hayes. Oh, come on. You have nothing.
But he won a national championship, and the last coach to win a national championship in 1988 was Dr. Lou Holtz.
Yeah. All right. Where's Mark May on Monday? Where's he leaning? Who's going to win this game?
Let me tell you what. I'm putting all my eggs in one basket.
Uh-oh.
And it's in South Bend, Indiana. Jesus, baby. I just want Lou to go on there and say what I said before, because that will make my year. If I don't pick another winner the rest of the year and Notre Dame wins and Lou says that, that's it. That makes my entire year.
Is there anything that the Buckeye Nation could do to Mark May to get you off of this? I don't know what it is in regards to your hatred with the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Here's the thing, guys. I didn't start it. This happened way back like a decade plus ago when I picked Virginia Tech to beat them, and Virginia Tech beat them. And all of a sudden it's like, Mark May hates Notre Dame. He's the devil. We've got to get him out of here. Let's get him out of ESPN. We'll find a way to get him off the airways. It's like, wait a minute. I just picked a winner against you, and I was right. So if you're going to start this, I'm not getting off my horse. I'm getting right back on it. And guess what? I don't bow to anybody. If I'm wrong, I'll admit it. But if I'm not wrong, I'm not bowing to anybody. And that's the way I've treated my life. So you know what, Buckeye fans? For the rest of my life, I'm rooting for the other team. I don't care. I don't care if you're playing a Division III school, which you'll probably schedule 2 or 3 of those in your next season or two. Because guess what? You don't want to play Oregon again because you beat them in the playoff. But Oregon had your number during the season the last 2 years.
They blew them out in the playoff. Come on, they
but the
blew
last
them
2 years
out.
they played them during the regular season. They got beat.
All right, can you make a case though that this team is pretty hot right now? They all 3 postseason games they've won double digits, 20 points, an average 20 points or more. You can't deny that they are playing really good football right now.
I can't deny that, but didn't we talk before the Texas game that Texas had issues in the red area? They've had issues all season long. And Quinn Ewers had issues turning the ball over in the red area, and they missed field goals in the red area. So what happens? They're going down to score to tie the game, and Quinn Ewers turns the ball over again, and it's run back for a touchdown. Ohio State goes up 2 scores. You've got to at least give it. If Arch Manning's in that situation, he's not going to turn the ball over. He's going to drop it down and run and gain a couple of yards, and it's not going to be that. It's not going to be that big of a double-digit loss. They may have a chance to win that football game, but that's what cost Texas the game. Yes, Ohio State is the best team money can buy, over $20 million in NIL money. Yes, they're starting to play their best football. They've got 2 great coordinators on offense and defense, and they're finally putting it together. But This is a team that I don't know if they're going to get one more win. One thing about Notre Dame, it's almost like they're a team of destiny. Once they lost to Northern Illinois, and they were so embarrassed nationally, the way this team went out and took care of business each and every week after that, Riley Leonard taking care of the football, running the football, the way he's running it on counters and powers and quarterback draws, this offensive line, they're missing a starter, but the way they stood up and played against Penn State, but you knew they weren't going to lose to Penn State because James Franklin doesn't beat top 5 teams. So that was a game that they knew they were going to come back and win it. They should not have come back and win, but they found a way to win. And this is a team that they just grind away. You've got to be impressed the way they grind away each and every game, and they're in it. Special teams, defense. They don't turn the ball over offensively, and they kill the clock and keep the ball away from you.
Yeah, a lot to be said about touchdown Jesus. We had Yogi Roth on yesterday, color analyst for the Big Ten, and talking about, to your point, Mark, winning the close games in the most inopportunistic ways. The interception right after giving the ball back, and then that field goal looks like it was starting right and hooked back in for the game-winning field goal. You know what, divine intervention, whatever you want to call it. I just call it good coaching, taking advantage of the opportunities they had to win these close games this year.
Yeah, and it's all up to Marcus Freeman, their head coach. The changes he made, the halftime changes that he made, and what he did on the field when they had to make changes in the game. And guess what? The corrections that they made in that football game, the adjustments that they made, you've got to tip your hat to Marcus Freeman. And the way he's got this team to buy in psychologically, you look at their roster. They don't have a 5-star. Ohio State has 14 5-star players. Notre Dame has none. And the way that he's been able to get this team to buy and to motivate themselves, that's why Notre Dame 3 weeks ago gave him a big-time extension to stay at Notre Dame, because all those rumors were starting to come up that he may go to the Bears or get a Bears interview or go someplace else. They gave him a long-term extension. The reason why is because he's a class guy. He's done it the right way, and he's brought this team back this year, and he's done a terrific job for being a first-time head coach at Notre Dame.
Mark, when Brian Kelly left to go to LSU and Freeman took over, were the cupboards bare per se? Because this team, Notre Dame, looks so much more faster than they did under Brian Kelly. They looked more physical than Brian Kelly. What was the difference, or was there some elements of that when Freeman took over?
There was some of that there, but the thing is, Marcus Freeman did a terrific job at not only recruiting but developing. You look at Notre Dame; it's tough to get in there. The academic standards are very high, so he only has a small pool to go to. Yes, they have NIL money, but they're not out there like spending it all over like a lot of schools are spending a couple of $1 million on quarterbacks. They're not doing that. They're doing it the right way, the old-fashioned way, but they're getting it done. They've got lots of supporters across this country. We all know that, and across this planet. They've got people that are donating to the university, but they don't have to go out in the NIL because that's Notre Dame. A lot of kids growing up
1 minute
Irish because that's in their DNA, and that's what they want to do. And what Marcus Freeman's been able to do is to cultivate those young players to come to Notre Dame, those 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, and developing those players into 5-star players, into NFL potential draft picks.
All right, let's get it on record. Score of the game.
Taking Notre Dame, 28-27.
Ooh, close game.
1. Wow. Oh, big stretch there. All right. It doesn't matter. Win's a win.
They're a 9-point dog. What do you expect?
All right. Well, you may be getting a call on Tuesday, so have that phone close by there, Mark.
Hey, I'm going with Coach Holtz, Dr. Lou. I'm going with Notre Dame and Touchdown Jesus and Marcus Freeman and Riley Leonard and his football team. You know, I just hope it's a close game. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
If Ohio State wins the game and they win by 3 points or 4 points or whatever, that's great as long as it's close so we can watch 4 full quarters. But if it's one of those games like when we get to the championship games that it's a blowout and, you know, at halftime you're channel surfing for something else, I really don't want that to happen. It's a Monday night. It's the only game in town, and hopefully it's a close game.
Yeah, Mark, you go back the last decade, Buckeyes were the first to win the, 10 years ago, a decade ago, but 7 out of the 10 were all blowouts. So let's hope that's not the case. Let's hope that's not the case, the championship. So, all right, buddy, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Tuesday.
Thank you, Mark.
You betcha. After the Fighting Irish wins, see you then.
See you, Mark May joining us. Hey, interesting, Marshall University today was fined $100,000 because they opted out of the Independence Bowl. They were set to play in the Independence Bowl, but because of the transfer portal, they lost 36 players, more than half of the players on their scholarship, and they ended up getting out, and then thank goodness Louisiana Tech was able to step up and play Army. Now, they lost by like 20-something. I think it was 21. But that's not right. And the NCAA's got to figure out if this transfer portal is going to be the way it is, especially the time frame when you can be in it, when you can't be in it. If it's going to start affecting bowl games like that, That's clearly going to be a
Yeah,
problem.
well, what happened is their head coach left.
Yeah.
So they all just went in the portal. So you're right, Rock. They've got to make it sure, okay, you cannot enter the portal until whatever. But for these guys, if they want to transfer to a new school at semester and be viable for the semester, there's got to be a mechanism for these coaches to bring these guys, get them committed. So when January 15th or 18th comes on, they can be on campus. So, yeah, you're right. Something's got to be worked out. But as soon as that head coach left, that team abandoned everybody.
36
guys. Yeah.
Hey, we're out here at Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price, right on the selection. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard. They have the right deal for everyone. Right now, you can check out their inventory of pre-owned certified vehicles under $15,000. All you got to do is go to WrightToyota.com. Coming up, we'll tell you what's on tap for the weekend. Have our Learner in Row one call as you listen to Rock'em News with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD2.